Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of It's About Time with Jared and Drew, and we have a very special guest on the show today.
Yes. Hello, I'm Dave.
Introduce yourself, guest.
Dave, how are you guys doing?
Well, Dave, welcome to the show. We're really excited to have you here today
I'm very excited to be here.
for a cameo appearance, first of many, we hope.
Thank you very much.
So today's topic, it's going to be a little interesting, I guess, is how to buy a watch. You know, where to buy it, how to buy it, you know, all that stuff. Before we do that, we have to do our traditional what's on the wrist. I'll go last today. So, Drew, what are you wearing today?
I'll lead it off.
Please do.
Okay, I'm actually going with an Oris. This is an Oris Jump Hour. This is one of their more expensive models. Usually retails for around $4,500. The interesting thing about
How
the
much
Jump
did you
Hour,
pay for it, Drew?
I got this one at around $1,800. Okay,
Okay.
and if you know the right places and you know the right deals, you can get it for around that price. You just got to know where to look and how to buy it, which is the whole purpose of today's show. The interesting thing about the Jump Hour is that is not the date on the top of that watch, that is the hour. So that changes every hour, hence the name Jump Hour. So that is what I am wearing on my wrist today.
All right. So for me, we're changing it up a little bit. Today I'm wearing my Orient Monarch Power Reserve wristwatch. Hopefully you guys can see it. I actually got the last one that was available. I got it on like Long Island Watch or something like that, or whatever it is. Big shout out to them. I believe Mark over there. They have so many great watches and everything. Yes, it's a leather band. I normally don't wear leather bands, but this is a watch I was telling you guys about. Planning on wearing for maybe nice dinner occasions or something like that. It could be a little dressier, especially for sports and down to the beach and things like that. So I absolutely love it. And the little indicator up here that you guys saw before, that's for the Power Reserve. So it's very, very cool. Talk about, last episode we talked about the Japanese versus, or the Asian really, I shouldn't say Japanese, but the Asian versus the Swiss-made movements, and this is the Asian movement. Very good. Dave, what's on the wrist?
I am wearing the Tissot
Get in nice and close.
watch.
Dave is sporting the Tissot Quadrato. This is a watch that usually goes for around $450 to $500. It's a nice quartz-made watch. It does go down to 10 ATM, which is plenty for going, as we said in our first episode of this series, going in the pool.
10 ATM,
or-
go in the ocean, enjoy
Correct.
yourself.
Yes.
So he'll have plenty of time to experiment with that watch. He just recently got that about a month ago.
I did.
Compliments of this man right over here.
Yes, thank you.
So what do you guys think? Let's start to dive into our topic. All right, so how to buy a watch, and where to buy and things like that. I'm going to let these two guys lead off the conversation. I want to hear what their thoughts and opinions are, and I'll chime in a little bit. So,
Dave came to me the other day and said that he wanted to upgrade to a higher class of watches. What we were talking about the other day, you have to first know your parameters of what you want in a watch. Okay, so when you came to me the other day, Dave, what did you tell me you wanted in a watch?
I said I wanted something that was affordable.
What's affordable? Let's get specific.
And, I would say anywhere within the $150 price range, if not more.
Okay, so what's your ceiling?
I would say $300.
$300. Okay.
Around there.
Fair.
Yeah. And I wanted something that was good quality.
Okay, did you want Swiss, Asian movement?
I
Let's get a little
wanted-
specific.
I wanted a Swiss watch,
Okay.
and after reading up on the history of the Oris, I decided that I liked the Oris much more than I originally thought. The price was affordable, and just the design was very unique. And that's one of the things that drew me to it.
I do want to preface right now that we're actually, just before we did this video, we're in a process right now of working to get the watch for him. And actually, I want to let Drew, besides that, why is it that you want or like the Oris? What is it about it that,
Well, first off,
Drew
you
to
said
it?
you wanted a Swiss timepiece, okay? So that was the first distinction that you made. The second distinction you had to make, did you want quartz or automatic? and you made the distinction that you wanted automatic, correct?
Automatic,
Okay.
right.
You had a quartz already, which is your Tissot,
I did have a.
and you wanted an automatic,
Mhm.
okay? So what were the reasons that you wanted an automatic timepiece? You already have one in your collection, if I remember correctly, which is the Orient, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what was the main reason why you wanted a Swiss automatic?
Just because of the functionality and because they last longer too, and that was the big reason. I've had different watches over the years and they've never seemed to last too long, so the longevity
And
was
now,
definitely an important factor
what-
in me making my decision.
What have you done with those watches? You said that they haven't lasted that long and everything. What have you done with them?
I've sold them off.
Or going to be in the process of...
Going to be in the process of selling them off, that's right.
Interesting.
So it's a constant process of upgrading.
It's a revolving door.
That's right. When you have a watch collection, don't be afraid to change it, because it's something that is going to change religiously, whether you like it or you don't. New styles come out, your tastes change, your goals change, your monetary situation changes. So as you grow, your watch collection grows with you. It's natural to buy and sell watches along the way. It's natural to want something better in life.
Within your limit.
Yes.
Within
What
your
you could
limit.
afford at 18 is not what you could afford at 30. Okay? So it's totally different as the years go on, what you want out of a timepiece. So he was looking for something. He came to me and he said he wanted something simple yet elegant. It had to be Swiss and it had to be automatic.
That's
So
right.
those were the parameters that you pretty much gave me.
What features did you want in the watch?
Certainly
Like what mattered to you?
the date
Okay.
was important. The black dial
Okay.
was certainly important. Stainless steel,
Mhm.
and the fact that it was water resistant as well.
At least 5 ATM.
At least
Right.
5 ATM, right?
You like to bring it in the shower, in the pool, that
I
type
do.
of thing.
I don't like to take off the watch, and
Very
so,
understandable.
so those were some of the main features.
You get attached to watches.
You
It
do.
happens.
Very much so.
So what we did was, we narrowed down in his price range what type of watches that were in his budget that he could afford. And we were looking originally at watches such as Hamilton and Mito in the beginning. And they just seemed to be a little bit too far above his price range. And then we saw how we got to the Oris, is we were looking and we saw an Oris on a blowout sale. And when I mean a blowout sale, it retails, if you were to go to a retail store and buy it, it would be $1,250. But it was on eBay for $458 or a best offer, which gets very enticing. Okay, and this is what we're going to bring to how to buy a watch. First, rule number 1, never, ever buy retail. That is the
I know a lot of people right now are saying to themselves, "Oh my God, that's like the only way you should go." I'm gonna just really throw this out there for you guys. It's not the way you should go. There's really, what's the advantage really between retail and another? It doesn't have to necessarily be an authorized retailer. Sometimes it is, but like a place that charges a lot less for it. They'll still take your watch, they'll still service it for you and everything. They're still gonna have to send it out and do whatever it is for it. You're just paying a lot less because they're able to sell more in bulk. Authorized retailers, like, correct me if I'm wrong on this, authorized retailers don't really sell like bulk all the time as much as these online retailers do. That's why they're able to offer the deep discounts that they do, and you don't really sacrifice the quality on the watch either.
Yes, you gotta get retail. You don't get much of a discount unless they're running a holiday sale or something like that. They'll discount.
You're gonna be lucky to get
$10.
10%.
Exactly. Okay, so let's take the Oris as that perfect example. Okay,
Mhm.
the watch that he's looking at again has a retail value of $12.50. If you go to an Oris store, or if you go to any of these other, if you go to Tourneau or any of these places that sell retail, even Zales or any of these other stores that would sell retail watches, they're going to start at that price. Okay, they're going to tell you what the retail is, and they're going to probably discount it 5 or 10% and say, what a hell of a deal.
Well, then also, you'll tell them how much you want to pay for it, and they'll be like,
They'll start laughing at you.
bye.
They would start laughing and they
Shoo.
get out of my store.
Yeah.
So
Ta-ta.
yeah, so basically that's basically what you have. when you deal with retail. You're lucky to get 10%, if that, off the watches.
And if you want to resell it or anything, you're going to take a bath and 5 halves on it.
That's correct. So basically, let's take a look at what we got. So $12.50 is the listing price at it, like anything else. Let's say the best you can possibly get on that watch in retail, if you go to a mall, or if you go to any of the other places that's a physical place, the best you're going to get on that watch is probably $1,000. Okay?
Not even.
I'm just saying the best. I'm saying on a holiday sale with all the discounts, and you've already dated his daughter.
I'm going to make you guys laugh for a second. You're not only dating his daughter, but then you passed him something to smoke in the back, and he's like, fine.
Yes, okay, you got a couple Cuban cigars, you threw them in the back,
Something.
and, everything included,
Yeah.
you're going to get it for around $1,000. And wait a minute, that's before tax, which in a lot of these states, let's not forget
Let's pay
tax,
cash.
which in New Jersey, for instance, is 7%. The only thing that's free in New Jersey is clothes. So that doesn't apply here. So you got 7% tax on top of that, which brings, let's say the $1,000 we were talking about, which brings 7%, brings it back up to what? Another $70?
$1,070.
$1,070. So you really only got a 7% discount off what the listing retail was. Now, as Jared was talking to, okay, you're going to take a bath if you try to resell it. Well, of course you are, okay? Because nothing outside of a Rolex, which we talked about in the past episode, is going to make you your money back and more.
But even retail Rolex, it will not make you.
No, it would take a lot of time. It would take several years for you to make that back.
I think it could even take up to a decade.
Could be, but you're dealing with, and 99% of all brands that isn't named Rolex is not going to even come close, okay? So you're going to take, it's like driving a car off the lot, okay? All of a sudden you lose half its value off listing price.
So really, start off, you identify a watch that you want. You look at the features like Dave was saying. Dave, you wanted the date, at least 50 meters water resistance, black dial, stainless steel.
That's right.
And this Oris that you found fits all the...
That's right. Those are all features that
checklists.
jump out at me.
Right.
And
So you identify what you want, and then the second thing that you do is you got to do just a little bit of research. See, what it's going for, maybe some reviews and things like. Always important. Don't just, I always like to say this. I know we all do it once in a while. I was guilty of it too. Impulse buying. But do just a little bit of research. Go to the brand's website. Look on product reviews on Amazon. Even look up product reviews on eBay or watch forums. Any place like forums, watches you seek, anything like that.
So basically what we're saying
Check
is...
the stuff out.
Yes, okay. So there goes retail, okay? So if the retail store is right, you're saying, well, where would you buy a watch then? Well, online retailers, which are killing retail stores, as we know these days, with everything going out of business, we know we can get them at a variety of different stores that are going to probably now cut this $12.50 place to about...
And at much competitive prices.
Right. Now we're going to cut this $12.50 to around $700 to $800, okay? Which is still not great, but it's better than going to retail,
At least,
okay?
yeah.
So the stores we're looking at $700 to $850 for this watch in particular. You're looking at WatchMax. That's WATCHMAXX.com.
yes, I was looking at that.
Right, you're looking at that. The Watchery.
Yes.
Yes, actually, a lot of big places are on eBay. They have these eBay stores. They are not brick and mortar stores. I just want to let you guys know that if you guys go onto eBay or whatever it is and search for like a particular watch or whatever it is, you guys will see in their descriptions, or even if you go to their websites, we do not have brick and mortar stores. This is why, they don't have to pay the rent. They don't have to pay all these other overhead costs. That's why they're able to offer these huge discounts.
So they have
just
better
have warehouse,
discounts
that's it.
than actual physical store locations. So you're cutting another $250 off your cost. Luxury of watches, Joma Shop.
By the way, Joma Shop and Luxury of Watches, shout out to you guys. We've bought through you guys before. Absolutely fantastic products, great prices.
They have a nice warranty.
Absolutely.
They have a nice return policy.
Not a problem.
They do well, okay? So that's a better way.
Oh yeah, and then another website also I do want to throw out there because I've been probably going to deal with them on maybe another transaction. AuthenticWatches.com. They're fantastic. If they do have the watches in stock, if they don't, you're not going to get them. But while they have them in stock, they offer huge, great discounts. Great, everything return policy, warranty. One of the watches I'm looking at right now is a Breitling. I'll tell you guys about everything in future episodes, what I'm doing. 5-year warranty. Breitling, by the way, shout out to them. one of the best warranties in the game.
Okay, yeah, and it basically, so you take his Oris watch, and you've subtracted it down to around the 750 mark, okay, which saves you a significant discount. We can now go further.
Now we're talking
okay?
at least 20% off.
Now, you're at least 20, 25% off. Oh,
Yep.
you're more than that. You're about 30 to 40% off. Now we can go even further, okay? Because a lot of these online retail stores, like we just said, have this piece, just like the retail store does, okay? Just by making that one simple little move, not going to the mall and buying it. Now, another way to, after you find out that these stores have it, then you have to go and search even further. Because the other places outside of these stores, these online stores, are what you all know and love. Amazon, which would be one that everybody loves going to. Now, what I've seen on Amazon,
They're not terrible.
they're a little bit better than the Watchery
terrible.
in terms of price, and those type of stores are a little bit better because a lot of different people are competing on there to get you the lowest price. You can buy them new, you can buy them used, so you can get them a little bit cheaper. But they're not as great as the best site for watches, which we all know and love.
We've all used it.
That's correct, and I'm sure you've used it sometime in your life too. eBay. Okay, and eBay sometimes has some negative
Actually,
connotations.
I'm gonna take everything one step further. I'm gonna have Drew finish his thought on this, but I'm gonna take everything one step further because I've even learned this in my experience. eBay's fantastic, but there's one more step you can and should do. Visit like the store directly or find out what online retailer it is, and then instead of sometimes buying it through eBay, I'm just gonna tell you this. Go directly to that store online because now they don't have to deal with eBay fees if you don't go through eBay. You go directly through their store, they're cutting out fees, you're getting even more of a discount with their return policy, their warranties, their everything. You're still getting the box papers, it's brand new or pre-owned, whatever condition they're selling it in. But that's a piece of advice I wanted to give, but I wanted to have Drew finish his thought though.
Yes, eBay is the cheapest way to go traditionally. However, as Jared just said, there are exceptions to the rule. I remember I bought my Cartier on a website, elady.com, which is a very big site for Swiss luxury brand watches, but they're in Japan. Okay, and they have their own eBay store.
By the way, it's a place where all watches, like a lot of them go to, they get restored, refinished, and they get resold at great prices.
Right, and they're authentic as well. Just don't think because they come from Japan they're not authentic. Okay, it's not a replica. Okay, they come with the warranties and everything as well.
Listen, if somebody's selling something on eBay, this is really the bottom line. eBay has a money-back guarantee. If something is wrong with the product or it doesn't work or if it's not authentic, they're going to reimburse you full with everything, and if not, your credit card's going to take care of it,
Correct.
so you never have to worry about it.
So this Cartier I got, basically, I first saw it was around $2,700 on eBay, which was a great price for that particular model.
Which Cartier was it?
It was my Cartier Pasha.
The Pasha,
It's
okay.
18 karat solid gold bezel one.
Yep.
And it was about 27. Now, as to what Jared said, I went a step farther. I asked her if she had a store, an online store of her own, which she did, and she offered 10% off even the eBay price, because like you said, she didn't have to pay the fees and taxes that go along
Between
with
eBay and PayPal, whatever it is, it's usually about 13%.
eBay takes 10%,
Wow.
PayPal takes 3%
Yeah,
of every
crazy.
purchase.
That's crazy.
Either you buy or you sell, that's what
That's
the
not
fees
bad
you're gonna
compared
pay.
to other sites.
Okay, especially selling. Those are the selling fees you're going to have to pay. So just know that up front. So what she did was she said, I'll offer you another extra 10% to buy it from me so I don't have to pay all the eBay tax. And I ended up getting it for around $2,250 instead of $2,700. So I saved another $450 just
It's a
by
big discount.
asking questions. Guys, especially on eBay, it never hurts to ask the seller questions.
Send emails, make offers. Don't be afraid to do these kinds of things. I mean, listen,
That's why
there's
they're
so
there.
many great products out there, and listen, I know you've been really in the market for a watch for a long time.
That's
you know?
right. That's right, I have been.
So we did just submit an offer for him tonight. Hopefully it'll go through. If not, we'll try to find out what the best thing for him is. But what's your opinion on buying watches and where to buy them, and do you have any experience with it?
The only experience that I have is I've looked at the prices in malls, and they are very high and very unaffordable. And so I was looking around on Amazon, but I do think for me, eBay is definitely the way to go in terms of buying a watch.
Have you ever bought a watch through eBay?
I haven't bought a watch.
Oh, okay.
No, not yet.
Because he's new.
Not
eBay
yet.
member.
I'm new to it, but after searching,
We're getting him into the groove. of
after
things a little bit.
searching, they do have reasonable prices on watches.
What's your opinion of eBay?
eBay, I think it's very, in my opinion, and I do know people who have used eBay, they're very customer service oriented, and I think that they have great products for great deals, and I know a lot of people that like eBay because of the exclusive offers, and I also know people that have sold things on eBay and have eBay businesses, and they do very well. So
Absolutely, like
I think it's just overall a great site.
I
to
would
do
say
a lot of things on.
And honestly, I agree with you, and I think you summed it up very well with the site. One of my just last thoughts on this whole thing is that, listen, don't be afraid to do your research. Go out there, see what sites are selling what. Go on eBay. Like, you could search like all the features that you want, like what Dave was saying, all the features that he wants. You could narrow it down. You could price low to high. You could do U.S. only. You could do overseas, whatever it is. I don't think any other site out there, really in the world, for the marketplace, gives you that kind of buying power. It's a marketplace for buyers. It's also a marketplace for sellers as well. Don't be afraid. Do the research. Once you find it, always take it that step further. Even try, if they have a website, go to them. Get it for the best price you can. You're still going to get a great warranty. You're still going to get a great product. You're always covered. Listen, if they don't have a return policy, or maybe you don't like the warranty, you don't have to get it through them. Then go through eBay. That's fine. It's still going to be decently priced, but at least then you'll have the eBay money-back guarantee, and you'll be covered with purchase protection.
And the eBay and the Amazon marketplace can do something that Luxury of Watches and all these other websites can't do. They can sell pre-owned, which is not something you typically find on online retailers, okay, because pre-owned is very hard for them to do. Okay, eBay can do that.
They have to inspect the watches. They have to pay people to do these
Correct.
things. It gets to be a very big
Correct,
hassle.
which
and
means
headache.
you save money. Maybe you don't want to pay $1,000 for a new watch. Maybe you would want it pre-owned if it was just slightly used or used.
Just
by
as
somebody.
good usually too.
Who knows? Maybe somebody croaked. They only used it for 3 months, and you're wearing a dead person's watch. Maybe a little freaky, but at the same time, you're saving yourself $450. Do you really care? So just look at it from that vantage point, as grim as that may sound. But you have to look at it in a lot of different ways. If you want a pre-owned one, if you want a new one.
Be an educated consumer.
Correct.
That's it. Don't waste your money and your time. Be educated. Take your time with it, but in a smart way. Buy smarter, not what's the expression? I can't remember it, but it's like I don't even know. Buy smarter. That's all I'm gonna say.
Buy smart, not impulse. We'll say with that.
That's
Right.
true.
Not impulsive.
But anyways, I did just want to say, Dave, it was an absolute pleasure
Thank you.
having you on the show today
Thank
and
you.
sharing some of it. I know a lot of you guys out there are also newbies, and you guys are just learning the market. Again, send us the emails. Send an email into us. We'll forward it for Dave or something. He could answer any questions you guys want.
Yes, please do.
Whoever watches this or whoever's on the show, whatever it is, we can have them answer emails. And I'm sure, Dave, you wouldn't mind, right?
I wouldn't mind. Not
Exactly.
at all.
So basically,
Send them along to me.
that pretty much concludes this episode for It's About Time. This episode was actually supposed to be later in the season, as tonight's episode was actually supposed
was
to
a
be
little
how
impromptu.
to spot a fake, as you saw from last episode.
We'll do that
but
next week?
we will do that next
Next
week,
week.
as I will have the proper materials for that, and we wanted to make sure Dave got on since he was in the area
Listen,
tonight.
it was a pleasure having you on. We look
Thank
forward to having you on more.
Absolutely.
And guys, we're going to have even more guest stars on in the future, for sure.
Absolutely.
Time for us to go.
Bye, guys.
See you guys.